Hello, all. Welcome to another stock review. Today, we are going to review Berger Paints. It's another multinational Indian paints company. Now, if you see, it was founded in 1760, but actually, it is established by Berger in India in the year 1923. Now, this company is headquartered in Kolkata. We will first do the technicals and then we will jump to the fundamentals. So, pulling up a Berger Paints chart for the last 10 months, a candlestick chart. If you see the current price, it's at the time of recording, it's 786 rupees 55 paisa. You can see four lines as we do usually, right? These four lines are nothing but the daily moving averages. So if you check, the red line is the 20-day moving average. Then the orange one is our 50-day moving average. The yellow one is our 100-day moving average, right? And finally, our baseline, which we consider because it's a pretty good indicator for us, giving a good movement indicator for the last 2 quarters, the 200-day moving average. Now, this is a baseline because that's where we usually tend to buy the stock if it reaches that point in case of good stocks. Now, considering the gap between 50 to 100 and 100 to 200, it's usually the gap which decides the motion of the stock. So, which is an uptrend motion because there is a significant gap between the prices. Comparing these with the RSI, which is the relative strength index of the stock. Let's see. If we see the relative strength index, you can see the upper limit 70, lower limit 30, right? The blue color indicates the strength index itself, and the dark blue is the plot. So if you see the current RSI level, which is below 40, whereas 40 to 60 is usually a good buy zone for us. Now, considering an example, we'll take an example between April to May as a point or as a reference. So that's where the stock really rose. Plotting this on the graph, you can see the movement of the stock rose exactly when the price was between 100 to 200, in between. So you can say 150 daily moving average, kind of, right? Because that's when the stock took off. The technicals give a good indication because the RSI is at its bottom. It's almost at 30. All right, let's look at the revenue for Berger Paints. Pulling up a consolidated 5-year chart, you can see a growing trend just by looking at the chart, which is good. 2017, the revenue was 4552. This is in crores. In 2021, it rose to 6817 crores, a growing trend. Revenue is good. Let's look at net profit. So again, let's pull up a consolidated 5-year chart for net profits for Berger Paints. 5-year chart looks good because it's a growing trend. 2017 to 2018, it did not move much, but 2018 onwards, you can see a clear uptrend motion, right? So the stock rose from net profit 463 to net profit of 725. The net profit almost doubled if you see that in 5 years. Okay, let's consider ROE. ROE stands for return on equity. Now, this is calculated as net profit divided by the shareholders' equity. Now, usually it is considered to be a good company if the ROE is above 15% because the India's GDP grows at around 7 to 10%. So, good company has a ROE of 15 plus percent. In case of Berger Paints, if you see, it's on an average 20 above, which is great. Now, along with return of equity, we should also calculate debt to equity, and we need to take this into consideration. So, again, a consolidated chart for the last 5 years. Debt to equity of Berger Paints looks okay. It is a decreasing trend because comparing it with 2017, it was 0.21 and it has reduced to half, 0.11. The technicals and fundamentals look awesome for Berger Paints. Let's look at the shareholding pattern. Now, here, if you see the pie diagram, you can see a huge portion held by the promoter, which is 74.98%. Rest is 11% which is foreign, 4% only domestic, and 9.69% which is public. But promoters hold a huge percentage, which indicate that they believe in this company, which is a good sign. Now, considering the trend, if you see the pledges as a percent of promoter shares, there is no pledge, which is a very good sign because promoters have not pledged any of their shares. Berger Paint check boxes in all criteria. Now, let's pull up the competition chart for Berger Paints. Let's look at its peers. Who are the competitors? So, Berger Paints is the second best in the market because if you see the first in the market cap is Asian Paints holding six figures. But second in line is Berger Paints because market cap of 76,329 crores goes a long way because the third best is almost half of its size, which is Kensai Nerolac. ROE again greater than 15 or greater than 20, you can say, which is again a good sign. Net sales average compared to its market cap, very good. In conclusion, I would say Berger Paints is a upcoming and a growing company. It's a must have in your portfolio because this is not only good on technicals but also fundamentals. This company is going to give tough competition to Asian Paints. It's a pass. You should buy it on dips, and the current market price is looking good because on the RSI indicator it's on the lower limit, which is 30 points, which is excellent. And overall the paint sector is directly proportional to the infra sector. So if the Indian infrastructure grows, obviously the paint sector will also grow. So it's a must buy. With that said, I thank you all for watching. Until next time, cheers.